Howdy, BeefaloBart here, and welcome to 7 Days to Die. Right here, I'll show you a little something I found. Just a hive. It's where all the hornets come from. Now, the location that I chose gets me pretty close to the desert. Gets me pretty close to where I can run up north and harvest some regular wood, which you need to make the storage chest. And it's not too far to get over and run to Diresville and run to the farm. Really not much need to get up here into the snowy areas yet, but right here is something also fun to go check out, which I'll show you some video of that. That's a military post, and that's the ski lodge. But this right here, it's well worth taking a look at, and not bad to defend from. But this is where I'm at, Diresville. You've got the junkyard, you've got a factory, and another factory here. So they're pretty good loot to run around and check. Now to carry you over to the hive. Now this was done on a creative server with mobs turned off, just so I could walk around and check it out. I have gone back and looked at it with mobs turned on, and you will find about 10, sometimes more, hornets flying around. Once you kill them, what I usually do is I grab ladders, set ladders up the edge of the tree, climb up, and you can actually harvest each individual one of those honeycombs, and you will get honey from them. Now here's the military compound, and this is a view from the tower itself. Pretty good view from up here. And got somebody hanging out here. And this is the new type storage chest. It's a military locker, and usually comes stocked with a few little weapons in it. There's at least 2 of them in this base. Got a nice little briefing area. Not quite sure why the logs are still here, but as you can see right outside, these were already here. So be careful whenever you approach it. There are landmines surrounding the entire base. Now in each of these tents, you've got a sleeping bag, and there's usually a duffel bag inside. And this is the command tent. You get some chairs, a desk, and a fresh corpse hanging out. These have got to be my favorite new blocks. They're not really all that outstanding for protection wise. They just look cool. The military sandbags, plus the mind those little barricades. You've got the camouflage netting, which looks really cool. I believe that is craftable as well. For the sandbags, I know you need scraps of cloth and sand. And for the camouflage, I cannot remember the crafting recipe for it, but you can craft those. All the different angles and the solid blocks. Gonna kind of hop around a little bit and show you how the base is coming along. This is going to be the community base for anybody and everybody who needs to have a central launching point. I covered this in my first video, and just take it a step farther. And as you can see, I've already started creating a bunch of molds. So if anybody needs to create weapons, ammunition, pretty much anything that requires the use of a mold, I'll have as many, if not all of the molds stored here. Pretty good array of weapons laid out. Plenty of pistols, shotguns, hunting rifles. I keep adding more every time I go out and do a loot trip. A little bit of food. My primary was to create a farm so that this base could be self-sufficient. Now, at this point, I've only got 2 refrigerators, and I will get more. Just for right now, that's all I've got is 2. You can see I've got my campfire and my cooking pot. Great for making a rabbit on a stick or rabbit kebabs. Right now I've just got the 4 forges. I've got 3 set up with the primaries. one for iron, one for brass, and the other one for lead. And I've got the basics of my farm started. You've got 3 rows of 4, so you have 12 plants in each one, and that's my potatoes. And each one yields 5 potatoes per, whereas the blueberries will give you 3 per, and that's 12 there. And I do plan on adding the corn up here as well. Just have not made the trip down to the farm to go get some corn. It's a pretty good start so far. Here in the video I'll show some more upgrades of it. And once again, I will be jumping around a little bit. My next trip is to head up here to the farm. I've got to get a source of corn to get my farm started. And I'll probably run into Diresville and see if I can get some more refrigerators. Maybe find a few more things like, I don't know, a chainsaw, auger, fuel. Still need to find sniper rifles. I have not found any yet, and I need to find at least 5 so I can break them down to create the molds for them. But I guess it's time to get started on that run. Now, once again, if you leave that bottom rung off, all you have to do is just walk over and just jump, and it'll start you going up the stairs. But it helps to prevent the zombies from getting up. Now, whenever I travel extremely light. Bare necessities only. I'll carry a little bit of honey. Nothing in my backpack at all. I'll carry an axe, pickaxe, crossbow, and hunting knife. Now, I don't always carry the axe and pickaxe. It just depends on what I'm going for. Pardon the mismatched doors over there. Still got the forges. Made a little bit of progress on getting more refrigerators. I'm one away from being able to complete a full set here. But the best part is, the farm's getting a little bit bigger. I do have the first set of corn started. It's all planted and working. I just need to put some more wood around the edge of it to finish it out, and go ahead and finish building this one here. Blueberries. They're just about ready to harvest all of them. Not a real big need. I've got plenty of food. One of the new features I do love about patch 6 is the suck feature. It just does not suck. You walk up into a big pile, click and hold the E key, and it just sucks it right all up in your inventory. It makes gathering wood a lot faster. Now, one of the things that I do is, whenever I'm going around picking up loot, as soon as I finish looting it, I destroy the container. This way I don't have to say, well, gee, did I go over there and loot that? Always got to keep your eyes open for these. You'll find these little desk safes all over the place, and it's usually a good source of weapons. Alright, the farm's doing a little bit better. I've got both of the corn set up and running, and as needed, I'll go and I'll pick some corn and make some cornmeal. And since I have a good source of blueberries, I can very easily make blueberry pie. Not bad. Not the best food you can get, but not bad. So, to keep from wasting time at nighttime, I went ahead and started a mine. You have to. There's not much to look at just yet, but you're going to need it to get a really good source of iron. And it's not bad for lead, but you'll always end up with so much lead you really can't use it all. Now, I went south to the junkyard. This one differs from the original junkyard that was in the bottom right of the map. Got that nice little crane hanging up over there. But it's pretty much the same thing inside and out. Now, at nighttime, without having the mine ready for operation, I generally will sit up on the rooftop, and you'll end up getting 5, 6, 8 sometimes hornets that'll come up, and I'll just sit there and I'll punch them and kill them and harvest the honey. Honey is a good way to replenish food. It's easy to come by just by killing the hornets. It does add a little bit of water to your thirst, but not much. As you see, when they fly in low, they will damage your crops. Now to show a little bit of what the mine's looking like so far, I will put an entryway so it's easier to distinguish exactly where it is. You go down the stairs, pretty much just an empty room right now. It'll be a staging area for, some basic materials. I went ahead and just said the heck with it and brought in a big stack of ladders, and I dug so I can get all the way down to bedrock. One shot. When you're down here, you don't have to worry about zombies. Kind of a throwback to Minecraft here. I stick with a 5x5 room, and I make interlocking 5x5 rooms. As you get more and more of them, it tends to become difficult to navigate around to try to find the exit. So as you see, I place a torch above the doorway that will lead you directly to the exit. So if you don't know which way to go, all you have to do is look up, and if you see the torch, you can go through that particular doorway, and it will lead you right to the exit. Just a little throwback to Minecraft that I used to do. Now, as you see at the bottom of the stairs, if you knock out those first set of stairs there, the zombies will not be able to get up. And you see I'm just going around cleaning up some of the respawned loot containers. Sometimes when they respawn, they're completely empty. Sometimes they've got stuff in them. That's why I'll go ahead and destroy them whenever I get in there and start picking them up. From time to time, these will actually respawn loot. Not very frequently. And the cinder blocks, you see the icon is missing, but they still do work. And one cinder block will convert over to one concrete block. So it's a good way to do some basic repairs to the building. Just have to check see if there was any respawn loot. It's quite easy to get back up into your base. See, I've got a few more forges now. I've got a full array. So if I want to keep smelting, but at the same time I want to create ammunition or create weapons, I've got the capability of doing multiple tasks at one time. Currently in game, you can see the fuel source that you've got will actually display inside the fire, the GUI. It's actually pretty cool. I don't really see a whole big need for producing a lot of weapons because there is still a lot of drops out there. But, if you're trying to supply a small army, the biggest thing is being able to craft ammunition. There is a relatively good amount of drops, this is my bedroom, of ammunition, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and make it because you can stack it in stacks of 500 for conventional ammo. Shotgun ammo still is 65. Now this is a really rare occasion. This has only been since patch 6.2. Zombies will actually spawn on the rooftop for some reason, and they will walk over, break through the door, and come in. Now I've only had this happen 3 times so far, and there were small zombies, most of it. But one of them was that stupid policeman, and of course, as soon as you kill him, he explodes and blows a hole in your floor. But since it's concrete, then all you have to do is just grab 2 concrete blocks and one per, and fix any damage. It is pretty rare. It does not happen very often. As you can see, what day I'm on, and since I restarted for 6.2. It's only happened 3 times. See, I've got plenty of ammo, plenty of weapons. From time to time I'll go back in, and any damage to weapons, I will combine them together to make a whole weapon where it's 100%. And if I just get too many of one type, I'll go ahead and I'll scrap them, turn them back into scrap metal. Yeah, got a little bit more water this time. And I use this one temporarily for empty bottles, and this one temporarily for honey. I actually use the honey quite frequently, so it doesn't really get a chance to build up. Not beautiful inside, but you know what? It's very functional. I do like the fact that you can stack the chests on top of each other like that. I use the dead wood just simply because it's very abundant, and if somebody breaks down the door, who cares, you know? It's quick and easy and fast to go ahead and replace.